Good morning, everyone. Mark and Brenda here with Bitcoin Say What?
Bitcoin Say What?
Boom. We are here to entertain, educate, and talk about the evolution of Bitcoin, blockchain, and the cryptocurrency market. So, hey, good morning, Brenda. How are you?
I'm excellent. I would highly doubt that we entertain anybody, but maybe they just laugh at us.
Well, maybe. That's okay. That's kind of,
Look at those idiots.
The court jesters. I mean, they needed to appease the king and stuff. So, hey, everybody, I just want to let you know. Sorry about
light.
What's that?
I got to change the light. Keep going.
Okay. I just want to let everybody know.
See that ray coming in?
Yeah, I see that. It looks like
I'm holy.
Yeah, you're holding all right.
Keep going.
All right, so everyone, hey, sorry about yesterday. Brenda overslept, and I just, couldn't make yesterday's show, and we're starting in the morning. So she's
okay.
Good.
So I heard everything he said. I still can't fix the rays of God coming in on me.
So
Mark overslept. Shush. Mark overslept, and that's why. Yes. I still have the ray of God coming in on me there. So maybe that means something. So I'm going to leave that. So anyway, so Mark, why don't you pull up the first thing I'm going to talk about? And while you're doing that, we're going to talk about the picture behind us. I try to show a beautiful picture of America. And I believe this is maybe the coast of Michigan. That's what I put in the search, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And then behind Mark, I believe, is either a muskie or a pike, because Mark loves to fish.
All right, I'm going to start on this one. There.
And Michigan is very beautiful if you go to Michigan.
Yes. Very, very
Upper Michigan, I should say, along the Lake Michigan side.
There's some really nice places. Yeah, well, you got fact known, I think it is the largest freshwater coastal landmass, more than California.
Beautiful. Yeah, we only go to northern Michigan or near that area because Mark's father lives there. Beautiful.
Gorgeous. All right, here we go. You got my slide here, dear?
Absolutely.
Card revealed as partner on Gemini Crypto Credit Card. Gemini card holders will be given the option to transfer their crypto rewards into interest earning program Gemini Earn. So very good. We'll roll on down real quick here. Let's see. Tuesday announcement reveals that further details about Gemini credit card, which was first announced in January. This is not the first credit card to make crypto rewards available for crypto card holders. Back in December, cryptocurrency lender BlockFi announced the launch of its rewards credit card in the first quarter of this year, calling it a first of its kind in an industry that is already saturated with Bitcoin reward debit cards.
So what I understand, is it correct if you can scroll as I'm talking about this? I believe they're giving back on a lot of the purchases, like 3% back on Bitcoin. I think there's certain things that you like if you buy groceries or you eat at restaurants, but this is huge. I mean, this is great. I'm going to go on today and see, and if any of you are watching, go on today and see if you can apply for the card. A lot of these, you have to apply for them first, and then it takes a while to get them because so many people are requesting them. Because there's actually a ton of people into crypto. So the ones that want these cards. So
instead of stacking flyer miles and other rewards, you're stacking sats.
Yep. Just like I've said in the past, like how I have a portion of the show where I talk about saving money so you can buy more Satoshis of Bitcoin. And this is an excellent way. You don't even have to use your own money. You're using your fiat money at the grocery store by using your credit card, and you get some Bitcoin as a reward. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great. I'll read the two last bullet points here, and then we can move on to the next story. Okay, Gemini card holders will be given the option to transfer their crypto rewards into interest earning program Gemini Earn, said the firm. The card will be made available to American investors all across 50 states later this year. So
I guess, does that mean that you don't get to take the rewards off? Kind of sounds like that.
For their crypto rewards into interest
earning. That's what it sounds like to me. We'll give it to you, but then we're going to keep it here.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. If that's the case, then obviously, if you have Bitcoin in many different places, this might be the place you take it and
get exposure, maybe at least for it. Sorry about my throat.
No, that's certainly fine. Okay, so that was our first story of the day here. Just
Okay, so unshare that and then pop back in and get to your next article.
oh, you know what? I can't see my StreamYard tab here. Now I can. There I am. I'm going to move back around and get back out and head back into something else. There was a little thing that was covering up my StreamYard. So here we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
And the funny thing is that as Mark's doing this and talking about this, real quick, I have a shirt on that's got this green basset hound, and I didn't realize I had the green screen thing turned on. And so when I noticed that my my shirt was like, it went back to the bass that Mark had. It was funny, so I had to turn off the green screen. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, from Bitcoin Magazine. The last days of Satoshi. What happened when Bitcoin's creator disappeared? Now, this is 10 years ago today. Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto's disappeared. That seems funny. Pete Rizzo tells the story. I did actually happen to listen to Pete Rizzo speak on Peter McCormick's show, What Bitcoin Did, and very interesting. So I learned a little bit. It's still, nobody knows exactly who Satoshi is. And by the way, this story is 2 days old, but I've been wanting to get this out. So in 10 years ago on April 26th, the day that he gone. So the whole gist of the story is that the gentleman that allegedly the gentleman or person decided to put this all together, Satoshi Nakamoto, just kind of up and left after. So I'll read a couple quick clips here. To be sure, by the waning days of 2010, Satoshi Nakamoto was still acknowledged for inventing Bitcoin and was respected for growing the world's first decentralized digital currency into $1 million market. But as frustrations with his authority and availability built in, it became all too common for users to decry Satoshi the admin, Satoshi the bottleneck, Satoshi the dictator. And so from listening to Mr. Rizzo speak about this and reading this article, it seemed, this is a big undertaking, and I don't think people quite understand how big of an undertaking this was, and that he basically was kind of pushed out, maybe not necessarily pushed out, but just kind of like, okay, my time is done. And it was just a matter of some of the people were getting frustrated because some of the changes were made by him, and he just, if it was, at the point it was open source, he was trying to get people to add and change things, and when some things didn't go the way he had planned or she planned, there again, we'll just use he for the discussion here, that it felt like the project was going to a point where he couldn't really lead it anymore and was handed off to a gentleman. I forgot the gentleman's name. It's in here somewhere, and it's way down in the article. So I'm not going to go that far down in the article. But it really was interesting because it talks about the very early days of how this was going. And honestly, it's very interesting. I'm not a technology person, but it is interesting to see that a person that was trying to get this project off the ground, and this is not the first attempt at cryptocurrency, but this is the one that really took, how the person that kind of put it all together kind of got kind of shown the door a little bit. And sometimes I think you can take a project so far and then kind of put it into other sets of hands, and that's the gist of the article. So that's all about we'll call him Mr. Satoshi.
Well, the kind of thing you can unshare that as we're talking, or the thing that I get out of it is that also now no one person or company or entity is running the project. It's just the ecosphere is running it, and that's the difference, because all these other altcoins or bleep coins, we need our little button. I actually have it here. I haven't tried it yet. Should I do it? All the other, okay, we're going to be childlike here. All the other coins, which some people call coins. Anyways.
She's 12.
Anyways, They're all run by people. And so if there's any sort of politics brought into that or drama or someone has a scandal, then that could affect the coin just like it does with any stonks or stocks. And so that's the beauty of Bitcoin. So, all right, I'm going to move on.
Oh, by the way, nice fish. Nice fish. That is a muskie, by the way. It is,
okay, I wasn't certain when I did that. All right, so I'm going to bring on some, but let me find the one that I really wanted to talk about.
Oh, I thought you wanted to talk about my fish.
No. Okay.
Oh,
so
hold on. I couldn't see your background. That's a really beautiful background, by the way. Thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, I said it's Michigan.
I know, but I couldn't see the whole thing. When you're in the picture now, when you're to the side here, when you're doing the article, I saw it. So very nice.
Thank you. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so I'm talking about inflation, and it's going to be coming this year, next year. So just start to prepare your money. So this is just an article in Forbes saying inflation mixed basket, 7 things that will cost you more and 3 things that will cost you less in the COVID recovery economy. So there's certain things that you need to be aware of, things that are going to be more expensive possibly. Beer, wine, and liquor are going to be rising up in cost. Used cars are. And personal items like women's products for that special time of the month, diapers and toilet paper all going up. Home gardening supplies, and your next home construction project, especially lumber. Appliances are also going up, and definitely demands for home. All right, clothing seems to be going down. Loans, you get a great interest rate, and computer equipment, for some reason, is having great interest rates. Okay, so that's one article.
Very interesting.
So this is just ways for you guys to start to kind of know how to take interest in what's happening around just at your stores and when you're buying things. So not everything is going to be going up in price. And then here's something here. They call this shrinkflation. And it says inflation first happens without rising prices. Costco paper towels, same price as the previous several times buying them, but now they have 20 fewer sheets. So they call this shrinkflation. And so when you go to the store, it almost looks identical. The packaging is identical, but if you pay attention, you're getting less for it. Just like when they had, whenever the housing market crashed, I remember noticing this. I used to go to the store and then I started noticing, gosh, the package of bacon looks smaller. And instead of 16 ounces, a pound of bacon, we got 12. And so,
now that's funny.
And so what they did was it was the same package size, but they spread the bacon slices out.
Did they cut the pound where it says, because where it says a pound of bacon, a pound of bacon?
No, it just 12 ounces.
So, but I still think it'd be kind of funny.
You can't lie on the packaging, so they have to put the real ounces, just like that Costco thing I just shared. Let me finish. The Costco thing that I shared showed how many sheets, but it looks the same. So the package size for the bacon was the same as the 1 pound package. They just took the 12 ounces of bacon and they put the slices out wider versus overlapping them. And so you have to pay attention when you're at the stores and you're like this morning, Mark and I were drinking our coffee and Mark said, without even talking about that he knew I was going to talk about shrinkflation, he goes, does that bottle of creamer look smaller? And I said, I don't think so. But actually, now that you think about it, I'm going to go and see.
I'll bet you it is.
Yeah. So the bottle might be the same or just slightly smaller, and then they do something different,
Shape it. Well, I think somebody was saying, I was reading on Twitter, somebody's talking about like in the bottom of bottles, there's like little dents and stuff that take out the space of the bottle, so you don't.
Right, so, and now they can have the same bottle and then just shove more dents at the bottom.
Well, it's basically taking up space in the bottle, but you don't have product going in. So in my world, where I live day to day is lumber, paint, etc. You can see it in the.
Tell them about the paint thing, the paint that you notice at the gallon of paint, because we run a painting and remodeling business.
Yeah, so I've been around the painting industry forever, and I do mean forever. And there was a time not that far back. All of a sudden, I looked at the paint can, and I thought, that's not the same paint can. It's just not. It's just maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/8 inch smaller, not as tall or whatever. And then you read the label, and it states on there, it says I forgot, like U.S. gallon or something, and it was like 1.56 30 second 56 gallon or whatever.
Maybe see if you have one in where we keep our supplies at, and bring one, and then you can show that, actually prove it. You know, like I just want you to bring it this week. So I'm going to share one more thing.
Okay.
I can, and then Mark's going to go on to some more news, and here we go. So here again, shrinkflation is here. They want you stuck on the hamster wheel forever as they pillage the world and take away your civil liberties. Okay, that's a pretty strong comment there. So,
as they show me candy.
Yeah, and so look at the candy in the back is bigger than the one in the front. So it's the same packaging, and you're like, okay. And then you don't really think about it. And then this person showed the same thing. This one had on the right 162 ply, and it's 142 ply. So the packaging almost looks identical as far, the size wise. And so, you're not even going to be able to see the difference. Okay. And so it's just, let's see if there's anything else on here. Okay. So this was, a good post. I want you guys, when you go out, just to start looking and noticing if anything looks smaller, or if they're starting to package things differently. And if you start noticing that, then actually, so like the pound of bacon thing. So when I was really watching our dollars, and we're all going to have to start doing that so we can invest more into crypto, or just save more, or invest to take advantage of good home sales if the pricing of the homes go down. You have your pound of bacon, and they still sell pounds of bacon, and then they sell this 12-ounce version still to this day. Go and look at what the cost per ounce is for bacon and see which one is the best one to buy. So you might look at the 12-ounce one. You're like, wow, this is cheaper. This one's only $5.25. This is way cheaper than this one that is $7. Well, no joke, because it's only 12 ounces of bacon you're getting. And so you're instantly going to go for the cheapest one. Most of us always go. And when we're at the grocery store, at least me, you'll go and you're like, oh, I'm going to get the one on sale. And now I've trained myself to always look at the per ounce cost, or the per unit cost, because a lot of times, even the stuff that's on sale and you think, oh, this is a big buy, it's $2 off or something. Yeah. You can still get other items that are cheaper, and they're even not on sale. So it's all marketing. So go into some more news, dear.
Well, and there is really, truly, if you want to be honest, there is no such thing as buying bad bacon. I mean, you got to realize bacon is delicious.
I know that, but I'm just saying, why pay more for it? They want you to think that buying this one item is cheaper because it's 12 ounces, and no joke,
Yeah. Oh no, it's crazy. Maybe what you can do is maybe on one of our shows, like I'll bring a gallon of paint or a 2x4 and show the difference of an old 2x4 versus a new one.
We can have a whole show on shrinkflation.
I think that would not be a bad idea. I think it would be.
And then we can cook up the bacon, and the Mark can start painting. And
oh yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll see if I can have. I'll show a price difference and all that. And
yeah. All right, here we go. This is a good one here. I'm going to share it. Norway's central bank to test viability of a CBDC over next 2 years. Okay, CBDC is central bank digital coin or currency. So just want to let you know, acronyms, sometimes you may not know what they are, because there are some that I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Let me just say, probably most countries in the near future are going to have a CBDC. So just so you guys know, it's the digital version of the paper that you have in your wallets.
It's inevitable. I mean, stop and think about it. Just from a point of, okay, so when people were, I was listening to someone talk yesterday about, what a dime and a quarter used to be made out of silver. They're no longer made out of silver. And if you've ever noticed a dime, go pick up a dime that was minted in the last couple of years, and versus one that was, say, minted in the 60s, 70s, or 80s. You can. It's crazy. You can see what a difference it is.
Yeah, so I believe the ones in the early 60s or earlier than that were like 90% silver.
Yeah, it's great. You drop it on a table, you'll be able to tell the difference right away.
Yeah.
And the noise it makes. Okay. Norges Bank, the central bank the Central Bank of Norway announced that it will test various technical solutions for a central bank digital currency over the next 2 years, in line with the recommendations of an internal working group. So as I asked Brenda when we were first talking about this, is the world becoming more crypto-centric or less? This is telling you it's going to be more. The working group is of the opinion that the motivation for research into CBDCs has been strengthened. Many central banks are in the process of carrying out similar research, and several are already underway with technical testing. So what's your thoughts on this, Brenda? I mean, do you have any?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I think it's just a way for us to show that every day more countries, although they put out the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, that crypto is going to be banned, or like crazy taxes on capital gains. Most of these countries are going to start to, and there's going to have to be 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 of them. They're going to have to be the ones that lead this, and then just take the jump, and then start to just to kind of launch it. And so this is actually a good thing for the adoption of Bitcoin. Just like we had in the United States, we have some cities in Florida, like Miami. We have the state of Louisiana mentioning that it's very appreciative to Satoshi Nakamoto about Bitcoin. I think one city in Tennessee, and then we had Wyoming as a state being very crypto. So we have 4 states that are now very pro-crypto, or parts of the states are. And so it's just the adoption of Bitcoin. So this is great. Now we see another country that is launching at least the CBDC, which is then probably, for some of the people that don't understand what crypto is, they're going to think, oh, I'm going to get this, the Norwegian bank's crypto, and it's just a version of what you have. But at least it's getting people used to the concept. So awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And
all right, anything else you got?
No. Let me on that one. No, I'll go. Do you want me to go to my next one? Or
yeah, we got to get out and then get back in.
I
don't know if you had anything.
I'm looking on.
Forgot what you had to share.
All right. I wanted to, let's see. Bear with me, kids. Here we go. I'm going to share my next screen. Da, 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 da. All right.
Just grab anything. I don't think it matters. You have about 10 things on your. Just grab anything.
Here's the one I'm going to grab. Okay. U.S. Bank selects cryptocurrency custodian. Wins admin role for NYDIG's Bitcoin ETF. Okay, asked if NYDIG would be U.S. Bank's crypto custodian, Senior Vice President Christine Waldron said she was not at liberty to comment.
Okay, well, that's okay.
I can't talk about it. All right, real quick. Minneapolis-based U.S. Bank is taking a big step into the Bitcoin business, in addition to its recent strategic investment in crypto infrastructure firm Securrency. U.S. Bank, part of U.S. Bancorp, the 5th largest bank in America, said Tuesday it will offer a new cryptocurrency custody product in partnership with an unnamed sub-custodian. Okay, so basically what that means is somebody's going to be holding your coin other than you, and somebody other than what's the U.S. Bank is going to be holding. So
it also says that U.S. Bank is getting into crypto, which is another. Mark is showing this because he just talked about the Norwegian bank, and then here we are talking in the U.S. The U.S. Bank, this bank, the U.S. Bank. So this is awesome.
Yeah, it's a matter of. They're gonna listen to another show. I'm a podcast monster, so listen to another show about 2 gentlemen speaking. I forgot their names, talking about ETFs. There are 9, according to them, and an article I read yesterday. There are 9 ETFs in the work. Which one gets picked, or which several get picked, is kind of up to the discretion of the SEC. I guess it's based upon how you apply, what's going to be in your application, how the coin is protected, da 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 da. It's all detailed stuff, but very interesting. Another Peter McCormick talk about what an ETF is, and it's a much different. So you won't physically hold your Bitcoin. An institution will be in custody of your Bitcoin. But this goes to show that the world is going to be, and I'm going to say it again, more crypto-centric in 5 years than it is today. So let's quit kidding ourselves. Like this is as once heard. It's like trying to get toothpaste back in the tube.
It's not going to happen.
All
right. All right. I'm going to go to mine now.
Okay. I did a lot of talking here. You got to shut me up.
All right. So just let me know if nothing pops in. And
right now it's just a good-looking guy with a fish. And I see a little background.
I'm not in the picture?
You're there. You're there.
Oh, so I thought you just talking about.
I mean.
Wow. Wow.
I just
34 years of marriage.
I was looking at the fish. I was more enamored with the fish.
Good-looking guy and the fish. Not that I have a beautiful wife.
Hey, did I not tell you looked really spectacular this morning? Did I not say that?
But he won't ever say that on the camera. Just
you can never compliment your wife too much. That animal doesn't exist. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm yammering.
Okay, here we go. Could Bitcoin Treasury adoption be the cards as more companies raise inflation concerns? Possible Bitcoin Treasury adoption as more companies cite inflation concerns. Again, just another thing talking about the inflation. I just want you guys to realize, I'm not trying to bring FUD. I just want you guys to not overspend where you don't need to. So that way you guys can have more money and not be behind the times.
Yeah, it's here.
All right, this one's exciting. Mark talked about a football player the other day who wanted to be paid in Bitcoin. Sean Culkin of the Kansas City Chiefs will receive 100% of his $920,000 base salary in Bitcoin. It makes the most logical sense to be paid in sound money that I believe protects its purchasing power over the time. And then some people were saying, he's just an athlete. I was watching comments and some people are saying, he's kind of being stupid. And the guy went, he got a degree in economics. And I guess he's brilliant. Like he's head smart. So not saying that you have to be head smart to be into crypto, but people think just because he's an athlete, he's dumb.
It's a label. We get so used to putting on labels on everybody. Always a dumb jock. I mean, I've heard that when I was a kid. It's ridiculous. Let me piggyback off that real quick. Trevor Lawrence, who's probably going to be the #1 draft pick in the NFL, quarterback from Clemson. He's getting paid in crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, I'm not sure. But the point is that he's excited about it, and the world is changing.
All right, so I wanted to bring this up yesterday. Great thing for you guys to sign up. It's a free course. You're going to go to Saylor.org. It's up here in the top. And then this gentleman, Michael Saylor, is huge into Bitcoin. He's got a massive amount of market. Do you know how much he's got in Bitcoin, his company?
Right. Exactly. No, but I would peg it around 90 to 93,000 Bitcoin.
Right.
I think with about 4 or 5 billion, some ridiculous.
Okay, so he has this thing, Saylor.org. He believes education should be free. He has hundreds of courses, all free, only one for Bitcoin, and this is the one that you want to go to. It's the code 151, Bitcoin for everybody. You do have to take the course, some reading involved, and then you do get a certificate after you take the test at the end, and it gives you just a basis understanding of Bitcoin and blockchain. Highly recommend that. And I want to challenge everybody to go ahead, and I'm going to give you the link for that as well at the bottom here.
Oh, look at that.
Saylor.org. And then there's the thing. You don't even have to use this last part, the / course. Just search up Bitcoin. He has one course, and it's absolutely free. So great way to start learning, especially if you want you yourself to start switching to a new job position. I've been talking about getting jobs into crypto, and this is not just for the young kids, okay, that are just coming out of college. I'm saying that you can do this as well, even when you're 50 years old and above. If you just want to do a pivot of a job change, take this course. We can offer other courses that don't cost that much money, but this is a free one, so do it. And as Mark says, I like free. And so
free is good.
Yeah. So you want to go ahead and share something else?
I think I'm done.
Oh, you did? Okay, I got tons of stuff. All right, don't bother. I'm gonna go look.
Oh, you go to it, girl.
You go for it. All right, hang on. All right.
Real quick on the sailor course and stuff. Yeah, we've started that and honestly, really great. I love Michael Saylor. And the thing I would say about Bitcoin is it's not just an investment; it really is an education.
All right. So Elon Musk said Tesla sold 10% of its Bitcoin to show it's good alternative to cash, but he isn't selling his personal holding. So the other day when Bitcoin had a little bit of a dump, some news came out saying, Elon Musk sold part of it. So some people got all freaked out because everybody thinks Elon Musk is, the next thing to God. I'm sorry, but I don't know why people have such, I'm happy that he's into crypto and I'm into Bitcoin.
Fanboys. He's got fanboys.
Totally does. And so I appreciate that we have someone who can help move the market forward. But he said he did this and he only sold 10% of his Tesla holding just to prove that the market is liquid enough that it's not going to crash it. And so this is actually a good thing. But then he did say he didn't sell any of his personal holding. So he's got probably a ton of Bitcoin personally and hasn't sold it. So that's just a good thing to know that, he's out there. Oops, let me get rid of that Sailor thing. That if you heard that the other day, don't get all freaked out because you think, oh, Tesla was in, now he's out. He thinks it's a bad thing. If I'm not mistaken, I thought they might have actually bought back in with that. So
he wanted to show that this is an easy when moving that large of amount of money, making it fluid. I think that's the most important part, and sometimes that's what you got to do. So
yes, and then in crypto we call people. Can you see my lovely screen here?
I can see your lovely screen.
Yeah, so they call people who sell their crypto when things drop lettuce hands, like they've got weak hands. And so this gentleman, Parabolic Guy, going parabolic on Twitter, he's hilarious to watch. And so he's made a little meme to Elon. I think he's trying to poke him and said, dumped on the plebs, Elon Musk, let us olive hands. And so here he is. He took a picture of him and he's like, good job, you pansy. You sold your crypto, you dope. And so, he's making more money buying and selling his crypto than he is his cars. And so
yeah, that's kind of the word on the street that he's made more money in crypto than profit on the cars he sold.
So if you think about it,
hey, smart businessman. Think about it.
But why should he be the only smart businessman? We're here for the average Joe. Why should everybody just look at him, like Mark says, as a fanboy, like, oh, well, he's a smart guy. Well, why can't you be? This isn't financial advice, but I'm just saying, maybe realize that if a smart guy can do that, so can you.
This is for the average person. This is, you will get lessons in economics, managing money. It really is. It's a journey. This is just, once you get started, check back with us in a year.
Get started in what? You didn't say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where
do you get lessons in economics?
No, everything that we've listened to.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that.
I apologize. I'm not as good of a communicator as my lovely wife is. She is a very, very, honestly, truly better. Plus, I'm a guy, and now
I have this recorded, so then when we get in a fight and that we talk about this,
I'll never hear the end of it.
I can say, okay, listen, you even said right on camera to the whole world.
See, she'll put it on. She's gonna get a little digital version, and she's gonna put it on my coffin at the end. It's like, see.
No, I'm gonna just put this on replay in our family room.
I know.
Anyway, so I think what you were trying to say was that when you start learning about, you don't even have to invest into Bitcoin right away. It's just about starting to learn. Take the Sailor course. Start watching people on Twitter. Go find us on Twitter. Bitcoin. Go on Twitter and look us up and follow us.
Bitcoin say what?
I love that. She's so sassy. I have to put who that lady is that I paid to do that. She's in DC area, and she's beautiful gospel singer too. Anyways, I'll put that in.
By the way, isn't she on?
Yes, she actually did say that she's into crypto too, and she thought it was funny that we reached out to her. So, smart gal, very smart. And so it's just, you don't even have to invest. Just start learning about it. And then, Take 6 months to learn about it. Let's challenge the average person. You don't have to quit your job as a realtor. You don't have to quit your job as a hairdresser. You don't have to quit your job as a contractor. You don't have to quit your job as an accountant or anything. I mean, we're all average people. And even the lawyers out there, you don't have to quit your job. Just start learning about it. And then, I think you'll realize there's so much to learn about this. So
it's coming to your doorstep.
Whether you like it or not, it's coming.
Whether you like it or not. Okay, perfect example. You just said hairdresser. Somebody cuts your hair or whatever. Mm-hmm. At some point in time, they're going to be like, okay, well, you walk in, go get your hair cut. Oh, I want to pay for this in Bitcoin. Or I want to pay. So the point is yes. So our feeling is let's be proactive and not reactive.
Yep. And so then you at least you know what's coming. So, all right. So we're going to wrap up the show. It was awesome to have you guys here and listen to us. Like and subscribe. We'd love for you to just learn as we go, not be so afraid of Bitcoin and crypto, and start paying attention to the news, start paying attention to prices at the grocery store so you can get better buys, buy by the unit or the per ounce cost, not just the sale cost, so that you make sure you're getting your best price. The more money you save, the more money you can invest. Not financial advice, but it's something that you can totally do for your family. And find us on Twitter and start following the people that we follow. And then you'll learn a ton. Look up Michael Saylor. Look up the gentleman who does the course, Stefan Livera. Mark, you said he's got an amazing podcast, Stefan Livera.
Oh, I love it. Excuse me. I love it. I listen on average probably about 5 to 7 podcasts a day. It's my work day. I have my headset on. I'm fortunate I can kind of do that. But honestly, it goes right into my brain, and sometimes I feel like I got so much in my brain I don't know what to do with it. But yes,
so there's the Twitter feed for Stefan Livera, and then look him up, and then on there he'll have a link to his website, and he posts every single podcast. You'll learn a ton from this gentleman. And so again, don't even invest right now in any crypto. I mean, I would love for if you could. Again, not financial advice, but I think you'd love it. As someone Bitcoin Ben, who we found, that's how we got into interest in crypto, said, just invest. When we did a private conversation with him, he goes, just invest $100, just 100. Go open up a Coinbase, put $100 and just watch the volatility of it. Just understand how Bitcoin goes up and it goes down. He goes, and when you feel comfortable with the volatility, he said it could take you a week, it could take you 6 months. He goes, then decide if you want to invest more. And then he said, go from there. And so that was excellent advice that we got. And that's how we got involved. So learn first.
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing about this arena was for us to get involved takes a little bit of time.
Totally does. We've been doing this for about almost 9 months now. And we decided to do this live stream because we know how to live stream because we run a remodeling and painting business. Again, follow Mark on lotsremodeling.com or our YouTube channel, Lots Remodeling, LOTZ Remodeling. And so we're used to streaming. And so we just decided, let's just start bringing the knowledge. Mark and I are so immersed into this, and we're going to start a consulting business soon where if you need help onboarding onto Coinbase or getting your wallet set up, we're going to do that. And just because we want the average guy to just have someone to go to for a little bit of help so that they can get going. And I'm so afraid.
The process, the reason why I said what I did, Brenda, was to explain to people is the process is kind of slow to get started. I mean, the physical onboarding your money into Coinbase which is nice because it takes a little time, and in that process by onboarding, you can keep educating yourself all along. And it's baby steps. It's one little step to the next in that time frame. It's not like you got to do this now. It's an urgent thing, because a lot of times people get pressured into stuff. This is one of those things where you move at your pace, and the pace is slow. Obviously, crypto is designed to speed things up, but the actual process of getting into it is very kind of slow and steady, and obviously will quicken over time. But I think that's a really important point, especially when you're coming into a new asset class.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And anything else you want to say before I?
No. Thanks for joining us at Bitcoin Say What. Have a great day.
Bitcoin Say What?
Thanks again, guys.
Boom.
Boom.